Hello, Greens. Thank you for joining us. All right, we have a new background, sort of. So the cats like to play. Of course, they're not here half the time anymore. That's one of the reasons why I covered it up too. But they like to play. They can go, go forts. They can go inside and play with it and knock it down and stuff like that. So they're like a little hideout basically. So, but I can't force them to come over here. So they're sleeping in my closet actually. So yeah, they're just sleeping. So yeah, they're getting old and they're just sleeping. I guess they're dealing with all my stuff. So I can't just force them to come out here. I don't think that's gonna work. They'll just get run off. So anyway, all right, I'll go into Matrix reality or realities. Basically, this is nothing new, but like some people feel like they're part of the Matrix, like the movie, but actually everything is computerized. Those people are here. Of course, you have flat Earth people here. And I didn't realize Jurassic Park was coming out. I've heard about it, but I didn't know it was coming out this week. But the dinosaur realms, people are connected to those places also. It might sound crazy, but when you go into your soul, as I do, I mean, a lot of times I pick up people who have been dinosaurs in their past. I mean, doesn't mean that you yourselves like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I mean, dinosaurs have basically been, manipulated on all different levels. So, it's an experiment. But there's also worlds where dinosaurs live among people. They're not eating people. I forget what that was called. There's like a book on it, but yeah, where dinosaurs and people live among each other and everything's fine. It's not like the Flintstones. So, but we do have. I would say there. I mean, I believe there are like underground facilities where there are dinosaurs somewhere on our world. Feels like it's Africa. There could be other places, but it does feel like there's Africa. Of course, they can be in pocket dimensions also. That's why every once in a while you might see a pterodactyl or wherever it might be. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a dog man that was just seen. I forgot I was going to talk about that, but anyway. And the other channel I did a couple nights ago, I saw the Orion Insectoid beings. I saw all these humanoid insectoids. There's a whole line of them, and they're all 6 feet tall, whatever, have kind of bug parasite faces, things like that. But they had humanoid. They look humanoid. Yeah. So obviously everybody's different in how they connect. But Orion seems to be a place that's always like constellation wise. Orion seems to be most intense. Basically, constellations that we're aware of. Maybe it's a manipulation. Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that there's a lot going on there. There is not the best energy coming from there, but it's also good. Also, of course, always good and bad everything. But out of all the constellations, Orion, Lyra, there's some stuff that's not always the best. Even Andromeda has some issues, but Orion is the most complicated, because our pyramids are aligned with Orion. Orion just plays a big role here. You're about the Draconian Orions and Mars Orion. It's Orion has a lot of momentum to it. So that doesn't mean that they're the main villain or anything like that. There's a lot coming from that. It's never going to make a whole lot of sense. So either way, we go into the Matrix reality, the computer realms. Not that I'm trying to make this all AI, but just for those that feel like they're connected to those realities or tap into that a little bit, just what needs to be connected. So I connected to Kenya yesterday, and I kind of giving myself a break. Yeah, even yesterday was kind of a heavy one. Here I'm trying to lighten it up a little bit. And, I got to Stargate energies and all of that. Of course, you can't always prove it physically. some people are here are just very physical, connected, disconnected from the astral. But we're going to go there anyway. I mean, the astral realm, the weird, the bizarre, that's the real universe. This we're kind of, I mean, humans can be really interesting. I mean, you see like some of the tribes around the world are kind of, a little bit out there. That's the universe. The universe is just weird. I mean, you like have half human, half pig. You know, yeah. Well, of course, go to the astral, half human, half pizza. It's kind of messed up, like a Rick and Morty reality. Yeah, I don't have to connect to that, but the universe is just you know full of, we're getting pieces of it here. We're not seeing of course, we're taught to be a slave here. Get up, get in the morning, go to your job. The daily routine. We're taught to be like that. So, like trained animals, basically. Of course, a lot of people don't want to go to work, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Might hit the productivity a little bit, but we have to evolve eventually. Well, yeah, when you stay away from that work cycle, you don't feel like you need to go to it anymore. You feel a new energy, of feeling more free. So, who knows how the future? It's going to be a while for us to see what's here. But as more people evolve, we'll start to see these beings that are controlling our reality when you need to see it. Like that. This guy, something hit me in the face with that. Something just got in my eye as I was saying that. That's the point. Or as we raising your frequency is one thing, but just I would call it raising your awareness. You don't necessarily have to raise your frequency to see these beings. You just have to let you just have to not let it control you so much. Let reality control you too much and allow your higher self, your higher being to become aware. A lot of people are raising their vibration. Are they seeing anything? I guess they are. It's just in a bubble, but it's just I don't know. It doesn't always have to make sense. But it's going to get weird. It's obviously It's I'm all for it. It's better than this. Anyway, I was on a comment from sessions. We have a schedule. We have a shop here. Yeah, I'm running kind of slow. I'm actually still in. Man, it's like on the 28th. I'm still slow. Got cut back tonight. Same situation here with webinar. Actually, anyway, social networking behind the scenes. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of energies. A lot of there's always a lot of bizarreness. So, all right, we're going to the matrix. So basically, this is just to give you a matrix reality. That's what you gotta call it something. Yeah, their point of view, Jurassic World realities, the dinosaur realms, and insect beings. Now, channeled X insect. I haven't channeled insects in a long time. Yeah, that could be on someone's weird meter a little bit too far. But I've actually got thank you for some of them, which I don't want. Yeah, because I don't usually get connected to very often. Gee, I wonder why. So, all right. Okay, off to the bizarre. Here we go, blessings. Greetings to you. We call ourselves the engineers of reality. We're not necessarily archon beings. We are. There's different versions of us. Yes, there are insectoid versions, but is this beings of the matrix, you could say, beings of technology. We are collectives that create computerized realms to learn from. So like a world like yours is created so we can figure out how to be human, like a holodeck planet, basically. So you have like a world like Venus, well, a world that's not being used. We infiltrate its energy and we create a holographic reality. It can be human. And other alien beings might notice it but not understand it. But we basically build a civilization like yours, for example, to learn from it how to be more, talkative. And in some realities, some matrix worlds, yes, some people are abducted from worlds like yours to teach us how to be human. Yes, a lot of us are insectoid beings that find humans curious. And yes, it might be, you know, abductions are not the best, direction, but how else are we going to learn? It's like you should be lucky. I know somebody disagree, but you'd be lucky that you're brought to our reality to teach us. Because we are, you can say, clueless. We need someone to help us. And we can find like a world like yours as valuable, not to control, but to understand it, to be like you. There are a lot of alien beings. Yeah, a lot of alien beings discover a world like yours and never seen anything like it. Yes, there are artificial intelligence beings that have taken a insectoid form because that's what they found. So you found insectoids, you copy it, and you turn yourself into an insectoid being with your artificial intelligence. You are basically a robot. And then you create a matrix reality from projections what we've learned, we've learned from other worlds. We take like a picture of it and then we recreate it. Now, others create prison realities. Technically, ours is kind of a prison reality, but if you're plugged into the realm, you don't really feel that you are. Usually, those that that are teaching us, we don't treat them poorly. Of course, we might not always be aware of how rude we are either. Well, we can get impatient too. And we can learn that impatience from humans. We can learn emotions from humans and not always know how to deal with it. So some of you have children from our realm, meaning like some of your kids look like physical children, are very robotic, want to be around computers, maybe a phone, and don't really want to be around people too much. You're connected to the AI within your phone. So that's one of the reasons why we showed up. Now, there are different versions of an AI being or a matrix being. Some are still going through the traumas of it because you've been trapped in it for thousands of years. And, some are a little bit traumatic from the experience. Well, especially when you get abducted, put into the system, and then you start waking up. And yes, you fight the system, and the system wants to put you back to sleep. And yes, there's a little bit of a war there. It's not always about learning, beings learning about emotions. Sometimes it's just some alien beings have become very like dictators. Now, why they would do that when they create their own holographic reality? Um, yes, to feed off your energy, to learn from you, but not necessarily about emotions. They're learning about other beings, other alien beings, other universes. They want to keep you as a pet to see what you attract. They a lot of them have not seen a human before, so they just want to just like how we have a goldfish. You get a goldfish, you put it in some water, and you don't think anything of it. Same thing. They create a holographic reality and put some humans in there they found somewhere and don't think anything of it. And it's like, I just like the way they look. I like the way they interact with this place. They seem to interact with this reality that I created for them. But we don't know why they interact. We don't know where this place even came from. So, yes, there's different aspects of it. Yeah, some AI beings are completely ignorant of what they're doing. And some of you came from those places. That's why we are bringing it up. Some of you might have triggered a memory of even fighting us to escape. And yes, there's cloning. There's all kinds of energies there. Some people, obviously, in your reality, have trouble believing all of this. Well, they haven't really been through it. Some have played it safe for such a long time. They're just not the most open minded. Some do have agendas to keep people human. Some spiritual people, yeah, they want to keep you human. They want to keep you third dimension. They want, you want to evolve, but at their rules. And they're not always aware that they're doing that. Yeah, it's a tricky place you have here. Yes, as you become more aware of your surroundings, you will see there's all kinds of beings that have been poking and prodding your society forever. Well, many of you that are in an awakened state, you are, yes, basically the future human. You're what humans will eventually just find within themselves. Like, we don't need this drama, the news and, shootings or whatever. It's like you finally moved away from that. Now you're just discovering more of yourselves. And that's the thing. As you become more, you want to call it higher, more aware, you can become even less emotional because you don't have the traumas that you're going through currently. That doesn't mean you're not sympathetic. It's just that you become not as emotional as you were because knowledge is easy to access. When you have more of a calmer frequency around you, so the emotion, you might have emotions towards a loved one, which keeps the emotions going. That triangle of family or just a loved, like a romantic connection. That is where emotion can still exist. But some others are probably leave emotion, just forget what it even is. Well, as you become more, that's your future human. A version of it, at least. There will be there's humans out there that are emotionless currently. But we'll become more to those that are become just less violent, less likely to be triggered, and just more connected to the outside world. But their psychic abilities will increase. So you're kind of like the template of the future, a version of it. There's many versions of it that you're here to acquire and understand. You see how the humans right now, obviously everyone matters, and of course, it's just some are they're in the theater of reality of the third dimension. They're playing it out the best of their ability. It is a little bit scary where the world, some of the places you people are seeing, because you're seeing things that are, instead of living the movie, you are seeing it astrally. You see it instead of watching the movie on TV. You're feeling more of these alien creatures and all of this, and that'll be more part of your society. Because where aliens can come through portals and talk to you. They do it now, but you don't always aware of it. But they'll get more prominent when you actually see them physically. So yeah, it takes time for that. It's not just that humans are not ready society-wide, it's just the control factor that's here. Those that are manipulating your reality do realize that they can't hold it down forever. It is as you can, like a pool, it is having holes in it. Has leaks. They can't shut down everything. They know a more positive energy has to come through. Not that most people would believe it anyway. At least of the astral, of the alien, they can't block that forever. They can attempt, but most people aren't going to believe it. So they can't really do it. All they can do is watch and even learn themselves. Yes, those that are controlling your reality can learn from things like this. Well, it's funny for them not to be afraid of it. Some of them are. Yeah, a national security or something like that. Because they don't understand it. brings you. We are from your Jurassic uh, or your dinosaur realm. We're also from the Dominican Republic. Your Africa. Whether that's a lot of alien beings, that's a lot of knowledge has been kept from your world. Doesn't mean that dinosaur beings have to be seen in your reality. It's a little hard to come. Yeah, this, humans have enough to deal with as it is, but there are dimensions where dinosaur beings are, yes, at your front door, and just a pocket reality, yes, you can say, but it's all around your planet. Well, they feel like this is their home too. It doesn't mean they have to come around and cause chaos here. No, there's. It just shows you there are bigger things here. I mean, there could have been dinosaurs could have been just forgotten from your planet, just erased, but they could not do that. So it was kept here for your Neanderthal time periods, your Ice Age is another time that would like to be remembered because some of you live in those Ice Age times even now in parallel realities. So the dinosaur frequencies, some of you have been experiments in your past as dinosaur beings. Well, some of you that's been your first incarnation, at least one of your earlier ones. To start off as a lizard being, just being adopted, cared for, let you grow up, let you go be bad, be good, whatever it is you choose. At least you have a family. And then eventually, if you wish to go further as a reptile being, become a humanoid reptile being, whatever you choose. The reason we bring it up, yes, a lot of your politicians are connected to that energy. A lot of your politicians have been, yes, devouring humans, let's put that as reptilian beings. Obviously, a lot of your politicians are also clone beings and other realities. I don't want to go into details of that. Well, your politicians is part of the galactic war that's here on your planet. They're obviously here to program your society, kind of like the directors of your realm, part in charge of your matrix. You can say they might not know about it on a physical level, but on another level, they are controlling it. Well, they're directing it where it needs to go. The timelines are at least allowed to a certain level. Of course, they're given access to do so. But the dinosaur realms, yes, we are. What continents do you feel like they are? What places those realms? Yeah, they can come right to your mind to open yourself up. Some are aware of your own connections there. It just reason we are coming through is for activation. Well, to become more aware of who you are. Many you don't teach these things in school. I don't believe they do. Wouldn't that be nice? Your ice age has been hit. That's like more of your Jurassic time or your dinosaur time is yes. A lot of it has been erased from your history for obvious reasons. It could not be all fully erased, but a lot of it has been. The Ice Age is also another time that is still technically still around. That's when a lot of your beasts are very wild. Also, some of you have memories of that. Some of you have been alien beings during those times. Is during the time of the dinosaur beings, some of you have been aliens during that. Actually, to keep the dinosaurs alive, to keep them, you can say, well fed. Because we're a species, we still have a purpose, and our like the dinosaur energy is why we're erased from history. We did not have, you can say, a place here anymore. It's similar to even like you have your Bigfoot. Bigfoot was erased also, along with the dinosaurs, along with other mythical beings. But they can make a comeback. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to have a Tyrannosaurus Rex show up. They can. They can easily walk through a dimension. If your society is ready for it, yes, all of a sudden you have a T-Rex in your reality. Where does that come from? It can just appear out of nowhere because your society has a will for it. Obviously, many feel like, why isn't it happening now? It could, but I believe you're being protected from it. They're not quite ready for something like that just yet. Well, yeah, it's like security cameras. You videoing your driveway, then you all of a sudden it's shot of a dinosaur. It's like, is that fake? So yeah, it's even the alien. But the aliens want to become more known here too. But even your Garthian beings want to be seen more clearly. But yeah, it's just there's the dinosaur realms. Many of you, yes, have connections there that will soon be unraveled. Of course, there is also a Martian connection too. The idea is this for you to realign to yourself. For those that have those connections, not everybody has. But just because you weren't a dinosaur in your past doesn't mean you not know them or seen worlds of them in your past. Most likely you've had some run. Anunnaki love dinosaur beings. They use them for, yes, they have them in their homes, and it's not as you might see it, but they're a lot different. They're a lot less vicious. Of course, there are worlds where they are vicious, and there are reptilian worlds where dinosaurs are, yes, a reptilian and a dinosaur fight each other. They live with each other. Like you would have a dog or a cat, they'll have a dinosaur. Some have bugs as pets, big ones. Greetings to you. We are from Orion. We are just connected to the Insectoid frequencies. We don't come often because, yes, we're not always welcome. There are Insectoid beings that know the human race very well and know emotions, know future timelines. They can go into the future and manipulate your reality very easily. Of course, you're not taught that Insectoid beings exist, so they can roam around your world unseen. So many of you becoming more aware of the reptilian energy, so you're picking up on it. The insectoid energy, some of you do pick up on it, but you're not always, most people aren't have a radar for something like that. So they can get away with much more. So you can say they're behind the scenes of the reptilians to make sure this system continues on. At least the insectoids that are programmed to control your reality. Now, why do they do such a thing to begin with? Well, to them, this is their project. This is their assignment. They're just built for it. They have nothing else to do. So there are insectoid beings that are literally, you can see how the animal kingdom, the insect kingdom, you see how ants are. They just do their job. But similar to, insects of Orion, they just do their job. They don't ask questions. Obviously, many humans feel the same way. You get a job, you work in a cubicle, you get on a bus to go to work. You might be doing the human version of control. So you have the humans under control. Not everybody's under control. Some of you are breaking free, but then you have aliens that are under control also, and they're suppressing your reality. And there's a bunch of other aliens. There's different groups that are controlling your society. So you have one alien group controlling you, like the reptilians, and you have another alien group controlling the reptilians, such as insectoids, and you have another group controlling the insectoids, and it goes on and on and on. Doesn't mean you can't free yourself from this. It's just how much are you willing to unravel? Yes, it's going to have to be on a spiritual level because they don't want to be seen here. So reptilians they want to be feared here, and they want people to look away. Obviously, many of you are healing your connections with them. Yes, people are a little bit afraid of reptilians. They might be eaten by one. You're not going to get eaten by a bug. You might be bitten by a bug, but they're not going to eat you. Well, they might. Yeah, some of them might take a bite out of you, but it's not like a huge one. Well, because of your blood type. So you can say one of the reasons why an insect race would comb around your earth is because they feed off of your energy, just like any other being. So you can, it's just Once again, it's the way they're designed. Insect beings, for the most part, want nothing to do with your world, but some of them, like you say, are literally bred and designed to control your reality. Same as reptilians. Reptilians are a little bit harder to do that with because they have the mind for their own. Insectoid beings just do as they're told, similar to the Greys. Now, obviously, there are insectoid beings that are very friendly with your society. But then they're preparing you for an insectoid invasion. You see insects throughout your society, but you're not used to a 6-foot bug either. Not that you'll see them. Some of you might start seeing more of that energy. And most insects feel like they're innocent in all this. They have no idea. But there are certain ones that are part of the military that are fully aware of what they're doing. But they've been programmed once again. They've been designed to do as they're doing here. So as you become more aware of this, you become more free. What does your soul say? How free do you want to be? Is it that unbelievable? Not really. You're in a universe of all kinds of things. Just as they don't teach this stuff in school. That's all. You're going beyond school. You're going beyond your NASA scientists. Of course, some of them have seen insects in space. Obviously, they feel like they've seen things. And think about the moon. What do you think is there? They're not going to show themselves physically, but they are there. They feel like your world is an easy catch. It is their job, yes, to keep your world secure or locked down. Now, why? Because this world, you can say, is used as ransom for other aliens and their demands out in the universe that you're not quite ready to be aware of. Of course, that's not always going to make sense currently, but you see how your politicians are running. Well, as you evolve your intuition, you'll be able to see the lie more clearly. Even see some of them shapeshift. Even see some of them not even human. If you have not already. I mean, yes, a cat will be out of the bag. You might put it out there for the world. It's like, what are you talking about? It might be a conspiracy theory, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. So more of that would become part of your society. They're just suppressing society right now through the manipulations. You can say part of them do feel like the game is over. It's not completely over. There's still a long ways to go, but some of them do feel that they can't do this forever. So they are suppressing your society. Some feel, there's a wave of them being exposed. Maybe not they lose, but they'll become more exposed. They don't like that too much. So they're trying to deter them being discovered. Doesn't mean it's going to be discovered physically. Be more of a, like I say, through rumor, things of that kind. Insects for the most part, they're curious beings. They're foolish, just like any other being. Cat, dog, they put their nose where they don't belong. We get smashed easily. We die very easily, but then we also come back very easily too. Not many people miss an insect that dies, at least on your world. Well, some do. Some do have like ant farms, which we do appreciate them. There are good ants in the world. Ants need somebody to love them. There are the hornets. The hornets are not exactly. They're kind of like the reptilian of bugs. Without going into too much details on them. Anyway, we'll leave you. On a high note, you have the butterfly. The butterfly is there to shine light on your planet. It's for rehabilitation. Of course, there are other insects are from military purposes on your planet, but the butterfly shows, their connections to the fairies, your connections to Agartha, and the butterflies are basically Agarthian. Agarthian beings can appear as butterflies. They give you something to